Hello guys, and welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. So, as I said at the ending of the last set, I shall begin when I'm just about to fully decipher what was in this note. So, here we are. I'm assuming that Nico will actually read it, but in case she doesn't, which I would find weird, well, we could always examine it and... Right, let's just do that. He will come for us now.
Plantard. Pierre Kill. Murderer must have followed trail from Arnaud and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story. Whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Yeah, way to state the obvious. So now I'm thinking...
The artifact had a sword laid across scales. There was a picture of Lady Justice in the room below the concierge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where we need to go.
The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Alright. I don't even have to click there. Right, let's go in. I'm just gonna... I'm kind of expecting something to happen. Like we're gonna get trapped again or something, or... No, I didn't click there. I did not click there. No, did not happen.
The slab was too heavy.
Yeah. You'd think she would automatically do the puzzle for us, but no. Fine. Yep. Then we place that thing again. There we go. And for the sake of, we'll take the shell casing again.
I removed the shell.
Yeah, okay. Moving on. So, artifact meet slot? Hey, don't do nothing now. That's better. Ooh.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too.
Well, have a look. Torn up photo. Connect.
A photograph had been torn up.
Like the one well, the part we have from
If
Carchon.
I could just arrange the pieces.
Okay, I don't mind that. A photograph has been torn into many fragments, which must be arranged in the correct position. Wait, it's the same picture, isn't it? To move a fragment, move the mouse pointer over it. When the pointer turns to a hand icon, click and press the mouse button and drag the fragment to the appropriate position. Fragments must be arranged so that the whole of the photograph fits within the available space. So there's not even, you know, turning of...
Oh my god. It can't be.
So you can't even turn them. No, it just snaps into place like crazy. Okay, well. It's gonna go somewhere there. No, that doesn't fit. Wait, that's not a high photo, is it? God. It's annoying that they don't stick together. That goes there. I don't know where that one goes. I think that is wrong. That seems wrong. There should be a bit. Thing is, I have to move the entire thing then. Right, let's just move everything down a bit. That would probably go there somewhere. Yeah, that seems right. No. I think that would go there somewhere, but... I think that'll do. That'll do. That doesn't really do, no. That bit is a bit... It all needs to be lower, even still. Like that. That goes there, but that goes there. Alright. And then we have to place...
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father.
Yeah, it's in the African village.
Papa? Oh, God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything. But not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon, while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
That was a weird end of a sentence, but okay. Sitting back, enjoying the cutscene. Okay. So we're just dropping by then. Assuming we can't talk to her. I didn't think we could, but...
I pushed against the door, but it seemed to be locked.
Guess we have to.
The woman was doing something with a pair of needles that couldn't be described as knitting.
Why couldn't it?
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
That's a good point, actually. Well...
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know? How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Right, finally done with that.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
You take her way too seriously. Jesus Christ, they're just friggin' flowers. Don't read into it.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street.
I tried the door, but it's locked.
You know, I've told the landlord about that 1,000,000 times. It is a damp. The whole building is like a sponge. It sucks up the moisture from God knows where.
You mean the door is stuck because it's swollen?
That is correct. There is an art to opening it. Don't shove too hard. Just give it a gentle nudge above the lock.
Thanks for the advice.
Indeed.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
Well, I bet it doesn't get that cool in France, I'm pretty sure, but...
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
Really?
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Well, that certainly came unexpected.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with an hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that?
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
You've said plenty, to be honest. I'm not sure why we can discuss these things, but...
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing.
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
It's alright.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur, you will.
You are just creepy. And weird. Mostly weird, actually.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock. Hi.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not going to do that.
Oh, no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings. It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone. Tell me more about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
I'm not so sure about that.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.